Chatting here with walk-on coach Chad Beermann. Week number one, it was a 33 to nothing victory for Decorah. And coach, we saw the result. You looked at the film. What did the film tell you?
Well, first of all, Decorah clearly has some good athletes. They've got good pressure up front. They've got good size on the interior line and good on speed on the edges. And then as far as across the board in the linebackers and secondary, they've got athletic kids that can really move and gave us problems, but not as many problems as we gave ourselves. I mean, we really struggled to get lined up both offensively and defensively. And it's frustrating when you can't show what you think you can do just because you're not lined up. So if we can get that worked out, we'll have a better week this week. But it looked pretty rough on Friday.
How do you go about correcting some of the issues you just touched on?
Well, defensively, you try to give them some simpler keys to how we want to set the defense. We thought we had it worked out pretty well, coming into the game Friday night, but we had issues. Watch film, you see kids running around late trying to get set. So we'll try to try to break it down a little bit easier for them so the kids can get the alignments called, have some other kids help out with it. And then offensively, talk. I mean, we'll have a guard and a tackle running different plays, and there's just no reason for that. All they got to do is talk to each other. Same thing defensively. We had a couple times we ran line stunts, and there's two guys involved, and one guy went, the other guy didn't. All you got to do is say, "You go first." So if we get them to talk with each other, we'll be a lot further ahead this week than we were last week.
So, did what we saw on Friday night, could you accumulate that to a little bit of growing pains?
I hope so. I don't think it was a talent issue. I mean, Decorah clearly had more talent than we did, but we shot ourselves in the foot so many times that we really helped him out. And so those are things we can get cleaned up. If we just get the kids, like I said, if we can line up right, we can play football. But if we can't, we struggle.
How do you go about selling that message to your team, knowing the fact that the result didn't go your way, but we're probably not as far away as the scoreboard indicated we were on Friday night?
Well, we looked at film. We spent a long time on film Monday, breaking it down and showing the issues that we had, and then you just start as the week goes on trying to fix the things. And we had offensive practice. Well, Wednesday will be defense for us, where we again work on alignment and try to make it as simple as we can, so we just get lined up. Because if you can't, they have to be able to play fast, but they can't play fast if they're still thinking too much.
And this week, you make the trip down to MFL Marmac, a team that got a hard-earned victory against the team in your district in week number one of the season. What are you expecting out of the Bulldogs this week?
Well, they're probably the biggest offensive line we'll see all year. I mean, they're just huge across the front. They've got good skill athletes. They graduated a lot of talent, but the offensive line was younger last year. A lot of those kids are back, bigger. So they're going to be physical up front. Defensively, they fly around. They try to put more athletes on the field defensively. They're not as big, but they get kids that can run. They had a lot of success last year, and some of those kids are back. They're trying to build a tradition there. So we're sure they'll come right after us.
All right, Coach. Hopefully you can get things back on the winning track this week. Keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck.
All right, thank you.
Chad Beermann, head coach of the Walk-On Indians, walk on at MFL Marmac Friday night.